Okay, we're starting a new series. I'm not sure how many Friday value videos this will become because I'm going to talk about a topic that may open up a can of worms. And what I mean by that is it's an extremely complicated topic because of the high failure rate of resolving plantar fasciitis pain, right? Plantar fascia pain. And I know it's usually called plantar fasciitis, itis being an inflammation, but there's some research that shows that it's not necessarily inflammation, that they're not seeing that all the time. So if we're addressing inflammation by using ice and an anti-inflammatory and pain medication and that kind of thing, it's not going to work if that's not the reason the pain is there, right? So what I want to do is just kind of do an introduction to this topic. And I'm going to focus first on the topic of shoes and orthotics. And you may be really surprised to hear this, but they're not as scientific as we want them to be. They're really more of an art form. And what I mean by that is you could take a dozen people who have the same pain, the same symptoms, maybe kind of present with the same sort of issues when they're assessed in subtabular neutral or non-weight bearing. And so it's kind of like, you're throwing a dart with a blindfold on. Is it going to help? Is it not going to help? And then one of the biggest issues that most people are completely unaware of is a lot of the times it may help with the foot pain, but at some point in time in the future, might be a month later, might be 6 months later, they come back and need help because they've got pain someplace else. Their knee, their hip, their back. So, and they won't put that together because they'll say, oh no, my feet are fine, my orthotics work, or the shoes I'm using work. But what if they're not enabling your body to create motion to where the power of the body exists? So, and I'll put it this way. If you seek multiple experts in the world of shoes and orthotics to address foot pain or dysfunction, you'll get multiple shoe designs, multiple orthotics, because it's going to be based on their knowledge and their strategies to address your issue. The problem? Orthotics and shoes are designed based on knowledge of the anatomy of the foot. But is it designed with knowledge of the body above the foot? So I'm going to finish with this. The million-dollar question is, what are the hips and the thoracic spine doing when the shoe or the orthotic is provided under the foot? Once you put the foot in that shoe or slip that orthotic into the shoe, how is it impacting the hips and the thoracic spine? The reason this is so important is because the foot and the ankle serve the body during movement. The foot is not designed to stay in neutral. It's designed to move through neutral when it goes from one particular function to another specific function. And I'm going to go into that when I do part 2. I'm going to explain the 2 extremely important positions that foot needs to be go into during gait, during running, and walking, and really, really important. Really important. So I look forward to sharing this knowledge. I really hope that it helps. Now, if you're somebody where you're using a special type of a shoe or you're using a specific orthotic and it really keeps your feet from hurting, then kudos. I'm very happy for you. But if you have other issues of body that are chronic pain that you haven't been able to resolve, maybe what you're using is not providing what your hips and your thoracic spine need while you're walking or running or moving. So hopefully this information will help you. And I'll see you next Friday.